Data centers will drive the energy transition. I'm sure that you've heard this somewhere before, probably in the last 24 hours. This is the idea that the companies are so desperate to build sources of energy demand that you can kind of force them to fund renewable energy as well. The problem is that the energy transition doesn't just mean some amount of renewable energy getting built. It means phasing out fossil fuels. So we're in a situation where data centers add a lot of new demand, but we know for a fact that they actually don't add enough new renewables, even just to cover off their own demand, let alone actually drive the energy transition by building enough renewable energy to phase out fossil fuels on the grid. What this means is that data centers almost never drive the energy transition. In Australia, there was this brief moment where we thought the government might mandate 100% renewable energy addition for new data centers, but it was recently announced that they're actually going to allow data centers to say they're covering their new demand with renewables, but actually they're kind of just using these like offset certificates that don't actually drive enough new renewable capacity. So you kind of just end up in the same situation where not enough renewable energy is getting built and coal plants have their lives extended. If everything was going well, you would not see the extension of coal plants. There's also this infuriating trend of saying that data centers can flex their demand during periods of peak grid demand, and that is like a climate solution. So in New South Wales, for instance, if you want to be added to the fast track for data center approvals, you have to prove that you can flex your demand for 2 hours out of the year. But what about the other 8,758 hours? Then the data center kind of just gets to add the demand onto the grid, boosting coal and gas. And that doesn't get counted in the question of whether data centers help the energy transition. I have a nice long blog post out that asks why governments and even some renewable energy and climate groups are so fundamentally eager to say that data centers help the energy transition. If we still care about climate change, if we still care about phasing out fossil fuels, about protecting people from the harms of the most dangerous technology ever created by humanity, then you cannot be complacent about this sort of stuff. You actually have to ask some basic questions. So please check it out. You'll probably be able to tell that I was quite frustrated when I was writing this. And the reason is that I hear the line, data centers will help the energy transition, all the time. And from people and groups who have been trusted to know better. Like, I know things are hard right now, but if there is one thing that we can preserve and protect for free, it's the trust that has been placed in us as people who care about climate change and who have been tasked with not tricking ourselves. Anyway, it's a bit of a long piece, but please go check it out and let me know what you think.